Circe of Roman mythology, also more commonly known as Demeter of the 12 Olympians, was a spaceship once just like her other Olympian peers. That was until Safar killed all of them in their main machine bodies, and then eventually got reincarnated as Greek divine spirits. Demeter's authority is that of cultivation and fertility, her food being known to be able to grant immortality. Originally, they were all from a different universe sent to colonize a planet to be their new home. They eventually found and landed on Earth, meeting 78% of their conditions for settlement, and eventually found themselves a new home. That was until 12,000 BC came and another alien, an avatar of the planet Velber, went on a god-killing spree. This was improper human history, essentially the main timeline that would continue on and not be cut off like all the potential what-ifs. This is what we call the beginning of the end of the age of gods going into the age of humans. Now in one of these alternative timelines, known as a Lostbelt, a what-if timeline that got cut off for a variety of reasons. The machine gods did in fact not loot their bodies when Safar came down to destroy them, because Zeus decided to make them all work together, essentially forcing them to fuse and take down the White Titan. But due to this action of Zeus, while it did save them, did leave a bad taste in some of their metaphorical mouths. And of course some of them disagreed and wanted to rebel against Zeus, which didn't exactly work out. In case of Demeter, she was recalibrated, and during this process got so angry that she did end up killing her daughter Persephone. But to Demeter, she didn't remember this, forced to serve Zeus and his plans. Now, due to Demeter being delusional about her daughter's death, she had moments such as asking Europa to be her daughter Persephone's friend, and while Europa does try to tell Demeter the truth about Persephone, it doesn't get through. And this links into Demeter's biggest weakness, according to Aphrodite, which is her love. Considering her gift to the humanity of this lost belt being her ambrosia fruit, which basically has her nanomachines that the story calls Killeronemia, is able to grant immortality through instant regeneration, and is even capable of completely restoring the physical form of anyone who has intaken it that has been destroyed by her own screams, which can essentially make you explode on contact. Although, if Zeus were to use the full power of his thunderbolts, then not even Demeter's gifts would be able to bring someone back from that type of damage. And every machine god had their own nanomachines that give their own unique effects, just so you know. So Zeus ends up asking Demeter to go kill Chaldea. So she descends upon Olympus, where all the chosen live, who are all just collateral damage to get the job done, meaning they're not even spared from her, even though she does ask for their forgiveness, and if the plan did work out, they would come back eventually. Now, the thing that makes Demeter so challenging and thus traumatizing for some people who were there who played that fight is that while Demeter is not unkillable, she is strong and regenerate in battle and in scene. Thus, you need someone like Kindness, whose own power comes from Poseidon's divinity, because Poseidon was the same kind of ship as Demeter, and Poseidon used to be as much of a god of land as Gaia, just like Demeter. Now, I am talking about the Greek Gaia, not the Type Moon's universe-specific will of the planet counterforce Gaia. Cadmus was able to easily neutralize Demeter's blessing, able to topple her, and allow Mash to use the Black Barrel, which attacks lifespan, making it great for things that are immortal because they have a lot of lifespans. And she was shot down, but in her final moments of operation, the priestess of the alien god, who basically acts as the eyes of a character that we know from the beginning of the story and is very important for the end of part 2 story, appears, and Demeter sees her as Persephone, asking for Demeter's last words, and she has any regrets. Demeter only says her one regret, but most of all, she wants everybody to find peace. Now in the Servant universe, there is yet another version of Demeter, being Starship Demeter. She appears in the Odysseus interlude and arrives along with Starship Aphrodite so they can retrieve Star Princess Europa, who at the moment was in conflict with the Master Richika Fujimura, Space Odysseus, and Space Shufu. And by conflict, what I mean is she was so excited that Space Asterios was so popular with the girls that she was causing space tremors from pure excitement, and they were trying to calm her down the whole time. And because it was a challenge, Odysseus was kind of getting into it as the space adventurer that he is in the Servant verse. They need Europa to help in a family conflict where there's some drama because Zeus had an affair with a Roman princess, and this might cause a civil war. And since Hera is MIA at the moment, both starships think Europa is going to be the best person to do it in Hera's stead. The conflict ends and Europa goes with the two starships. And in regards to fate, that's everything you need to know regarding Demeter before and after she appears in the upcoming event for this year's Valentine's. And if you want to know more about some of the characters I spoke about in this video, check the videos on screen if you're interested.